Alright guys, thought I would just, excuse me, just start the live stream a little early as I'm getting things set up, as you can see here. Checking the volume levels should be okay. I see we actually have volume turned on, so that's good. That's always a good thing. So let's go ahead and remove that from you there. Alright, so after our last live stream, which did not go very well, obviously. If you watched the last live stream, apologize for that. Um, we had some issues. We ran into some serious issues with our ball score. So after the live stream the other night, I practiced with it a little bit, tried to do some of the plays that were running me into trouble to see how the best way is to handle those plays in the game. And then I did a recording offline of game number one, redid game number one between Boston and New York, and it went without a hitch, so I'm feeling a little bit more confident with the old ball score slash ball stat program. So we're going to be playing game number two tonight. We're going to take what the full game that I did last night is game number one. That is the Boston New York game number one opening day. Boston took it 5-2. So those stats and everything should be kept inside of ball score, but we'll see that here in a little bit. So if you're not familiar with ball score, which I wasn't familiar with it up until like 2 days ago, you can actually go to their website, which is ballstat.com, and you can click on to download it. And it's a free program. You don't need to pay anything, which is super cool, super nice. Of course, you can try to support them. There's a link somewhere, I believe, if you feel like donating to them for all the hard work and effort they put into this program, which, it's very, very nice once you understand what you're doing with it. I'm pretty more familiar just the last couple of days using ball score than I am ball stat. I'm still trying to figure out ball stat, and I don't really need it. I'm just trying to figure out, um, how to incorporate that if I need to, whether I need to actually use it or not, if I'm just going to do a season replay or some games or whatever. So, with that said, yeah. So the one thing I think ball stat and ball score, you can see if you scroll down the page here, they actually have all Major League Baseball rosters from 1871 to 2018. And these rosters can be loaded into ball score and then saved in a ball score format. So if you're playing any game from 1871 to 2018, I'm sorry, 2008, 1871 to 2008, you'll be able to download the rosters and import them right into the game. So you won't have to add in all those players into the game, which I think is one of the things that holds a lot of people back. Is actually, okay, well, I've got to add in all the teams into the ball score, and um, that's a lot of work, and I don't want to have to do that, and blah 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 blah. Well, I found an easy way to do that. Now, before I show you this, before we even talk about this, first thing I'm going to say is I've only had ball score for like 2 days, maybe 3 days now. So I am not an expert at ball score or ball stat. I don't claim to be an expert at it. I'm just showing you what I can do to maybe help you guys out there. All right. So with that said, let me show you what I can do. So just like if you go to um, Tabletop Baseball and or go on YouTube and check out their channel, they did a video on kind of an introduction to ball score and ball stat, which is really, really good. If you're not familiar with it all, just go to their channel or do a search at YouTube for ball score. You'll get quite a few videos, but there's a really good one done by the Earl over at Tabletop Baseball. Does a great job with all of his games. You should definitely be subscribing over there anyways. if you're at all interested in baseball and replays and everything. There's actually two fellas over there working now. They're kind of sharing the channel. So there's lots of content coming every day. It's really, really good. So anyways, so his little introductory video talked about setting up your, bring up this, here we are. So you got to actually enter in all the people into the program. And you can see just for Boston, there's like, what, 40 or 50 people in the program. And entering all that data is kind of not, it's not easy. It's time consuming. And I think that's why a lot of people, myself included or whoever, maybe this program just doesn't get as much recognition as it should because it's a really great program. But I think a lot of people are like, oh, if I want to do anything from 2009 to current, then I got to put all the data in, I got to enter everything, and that's going to just be a real hassle. So I'm going to show you how to kind of prevent that, and it's going to literally take me, it's going to take me probably about 10 minutes to do it because I'm going to show you and talk about it. But if I was doing it without having to tell you what I'm doing, it would literally only take me maybe to enter all these players in, maybe about 3 or 4 minutes. And you're going to say, what? Enter all these players in 3 or 4 minutes? I'm going to show you how it's done. All right. Again, I'm not an expert at this. I'm just showing you what I figured out how to do. There might be 20 other ways to do this. There might even be better ways to do this. You might want to go on YouTube and search. Maybe somebody else has found a better way to do this. I'm just showing you what I figured out to help me not spend a lot of time data entering all my players in. Okay? So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to Baseball Reference. That's www.baseball-reference.com. And what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to click on a season, and depending on which season you're going to choose, you might have to go to all seasons, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to all seasons. So it's just going to bring up a list of all the different seasons. There it is. And so depending on what season you want to import, what team you want to import, I'm going to show you how to do that. So obviously we're dealing with the 2013 season right here. So what I'm going to do is just go to the American League here. And I'm just going to click on a team that I haven't done yet, which happens to be, say, the Tampa Bay Rays. I haven't done anything with the Tampa Bay Rays, so I'm going to click on the Tampa Bay Rays here. It's going to bring up all their information. You can see their schedule results, blah, 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 blah. Here's their pitchers. Here's all their players. All right? And if I wanted to take all their data and copy and paste it, the problem is I can't just select the players. I don't care about all this other crap. I just want the players' names, right? So if I go to try and, copy all this data into a text file, if we go to accessories, we go to notepad, and I go and enter it in, look at what happens. It's just data through the wing-lang here, and I don't want all that data, right? Because it's going to take me forever to adjust this. Well, I'm just going to actually cancel that, and we're going to go File New, and we're not going to save that because I'll be doing that here in a second. So what I want to do is I would just want the players' names, right? So inside of baseball-reference.com, what I can do is I can actually click on this Share and More button above all the players, and I can go into Modify and Share the Table. Modify and Share the Table. So I'm just going to click on that button. And basically at that point it allows me to choose what options I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of everything that I don't need. And that's to get rid of it, all I have to do is click on the X. So for rank, I don't want it. I'm going to get rid of it. Position, I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to get rid of age. I'm just going to get rid of everything. And all I'm doing is clicking on the X. And you notice all of that data goes away, which is great. That's what I want. I want just the player names. So what I do now is I just hold my mouse down and I just highlight and I hover over all of the players. And then I can right click and go to copy, or you can use the keyboard shortcut, which is Control C to copy. Then what I'm going to do is go back to my text document. You're going to bring up your notepad or whatever, WordPad, whatever you use to create your text documents. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to say paste, or I can say edit, paste, whatever you want to do. And look at what we got. We've got a list of just about player names here. So then all I have to do is get rid of name or anything else that doesn't come into play, like name here. And all I'm doing is highlighting the blank spaces and getting rid of them. All right. So then all I have to do is I've got my player list here, and all I have to do then is just click and hit my comma. You want a comma in between first names and last names. And you can see I'm just doing this pretty quickly. Oops. Yep. All right. And now that I'm talking about it, it's slowing me down, but basically all I'm doing is I'm going through and I'm just putting commas in between first name and last name. All right. Comma, 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 comma. Oops. Let's go. I think it was an A, I forget. And comma. And then what I'm going to do is sometimes it'll have these little asterisks after some of the names. I'm just going to click behind it and hit the delete key. So basically all I'm doing is getting rid of all that extra text. You don't need to do that in the Word document. You can do that inside of actual, what's it called? Ball Score. Couldn't think of the name of it. You can do that inside of Ball Score, but I like to clean up my file here to start with. And we can get rid of all this extra stuff here. And there we go. So I've got all those players' names in there, and I'm just going to say File, Save As, and I'm going to put the name as Tampa Bay Rays. You can name it whatever. You can name it 1. You can name it, file number 1. It doesn't matter the name as long as you know where it is. And I'm just going to put it on my desktop, and I'm going to hit Save. That's fine. Just ignore the error messages. Oh, I think it's because it doesn't like this. Oh. Let me just save that again. Save as Tampa Bay Rays. Save. Yes. Yes. All right. So then inside of your ball score, I'm actually going to close out a ball score here. I'm going to say, yes, let's save that. Okay. So when you start up ball score, what you want to do is click on create a roster. And this is where you would enter all of your data. You would put Chris Archer. Type in Chris, type in Archer, type in all the different players' names, blah, blah, blah. But there's a much easier way to do that than just manually typing it all in. And you can't actually see it, but ball score is loaded on my other screen right now. What you can do is you can import a roster from a text file. So that's what I'm going to click on. And hopefully I can slide this back over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select the file and get the first text line. So I'm going to select the file. And I saved it to my desktop, so remember where you saved it to, and remember what you named it. Again, you can name it whatever you want. It doesn't really matter as long as you know where you saved it and what the name of it is. And I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to say Open. And now I'm going to say first name, last name. If I say Import, yep, okay. So let me go back. I thought there was a problem with the text file. Let me go back. Let me go back and redo this just slightly. Alright, so somehow when I selected things, I selected too much. So be careful when you're selecting your objects, alright? You just want the player names. You don't want to grab any extra text. Just highlight, put your mouse cursor next to the first guy and just drag your mouse and hold your left mouse button down until you get to the bottom guy, and then let go. And then hit copy, and then go to your text file. We're actually going to remove all this stuff. Oh, this is why it had all this extra stuff at the top. That's why the file didn't like it. Make sure you don't grab anything extra. That's what I was trying to prevent. And obviously I didn't do that the first time. So make sure you have just player names in there, which we do now. So I'll just redo this real quick. It's just a couple commas. And it should only take you maybe a minute to put all this information in and get your file ready to be. You don't want to grab any of that extra text. If you do happen to grab any of that extra text like I did originally, just make sure you just delete that extra text. You just want the players' names in there, basically. That's all you want is the players' names, and you don't want anything else. So make sure you use your mouse scroller to scroll all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom, which I didn't do because I was rushing to try and show you guys how quickly you can get this done instead of being 100% accurate. So now again, I'm just going to go through, and I'm actually going to leave a couple of these in here to show you don't need to do this. So James Loney and Ben Zubris, we're just going to leave these little marks there in their thing. It doesn't matter. Now I'm going to save it. Save as, and we're going to call it Tampa Bay Rays 2. Save, and notice I didn't get an error message this time. Aha! So we know we're good. We're golden. All right, so back into creating a roster here. Again, we're going to import roster from the text file. So I'm going to click on that button. It's going to bring up this little window here, and I'm going to select the file and get first text line. Again, just remember where you saved it, and remember what the file name is. It doesn't matter what you call it. You can be as specific as you want or not. Just click on your file, and it should put your file name in there, and you click open. Now, what you should see is you should see the data in here. And it should be first name dash last name, or it might be last name, comma, first name. Depending on what you're doing, you want to just match up field number 1, Jose, which is first name. So you're going to click on this, and you're going to say the first field, which is everything in front of the comma, is, what is it? Is it first name or last name? I'm just going to say it's first name. Boom. What's in the second box? And that's after the comma, and that's last name. So I'm going to say, all right, that is the last name. So it's first name, last name, and I'm just going to say import. And look at that, bloop. And we have all these players in there just that quickly. I don't have to type them all in or whatever. Now remember all I said when we were doing the text, you don't have to get rid of those extra little explanation points and stars or whatever in the text file. You can actually just wait and do it in this. You can go through and just click on each of these and hit the backspace button, whatever you find easier. And you can just click the next button and just check to make sure all your guys are looking good. And then you're going to come over here to save roster. So you're going to click on, we're going to enter a team name up here at the top. We're going to name this whatever you want to call it. So we're going to call this Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay Rays. And now I'm going to click Save Roster. And it should default to your rosters folder inside of your ball stat. Wherever you have ball stat installed, then it'll have your league name. For me, it's Major League Baseball 2013 because I'm doing a replay of the 13. And then it should be in the roster folder. You can see we currently have Boston, we have Detroit, we have Minnesota, we have the Yankees. You're going to come down here and you can name it, again, you can name it anything you want, but for me it's just easier if I name it exactly what it is. I could just name it TB if I wanted to. It doesn't matter as long as you know what it is. But I'm just going to call it Tampa, T-A-M-P-T-A-M, Tampa Bay Rays. There we are. And you can put a 2013 in there or whatever you want. And I'm just going to hit save. Boom, just like that. I'm done. Right? And then I can hit OK. because I'm done. I've imported it and saved roster before closing. No, I don't need to because I just did that, right? So I'm just going to close this and we're going to go inside of ball score here. And I'm going to do this again one more time if you're just joining us, what I'm doing here, if you're interested. If you're not, that's fine too. So inside of ball score, if I was going to play a game between Tampa Bay and Boston, I now have Tampa Bay. All I have to do is click on the RLMS button. And I can say, you know what? Load a roster. Where's load roster? Load roster up here at the top. I'm going to click load roster. And look, I got my Tampa Bay Rays. And I can say, yeah, okay. And look at all those players pop in there. Just like that. All right. Pretty easy, pretty quick. And I can, like I said, if you get, I did four of them in like 10 minutes the other day. It doesn't take very long when you know what you're doing. So I'm going to just do it one more time for you guys in case you had joining us late here in the live stream. In case you're interested. All right, so we did Tampa Bay, so we don't need them anymore. Let's go back and we'll get, let's do the Baltimore Orioles. I don't have them yet. I have the Red Sox, I have Tampa Bay, I have the Yankees. I might as well do the Orioles, get them done. So I'm just going to click on that. And of course, I'm in the year that I'm using, which is 2013. Are seasons expensive? There are no seasons. I don't know what you're talking about, seasons. What seasons are you talking about there, Beatles? So I've got the 2013 and I've got the team highlighted. Again, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on the share and more. I'm going to go into modify and share the table, which is going to bring up all these little buttons, and I'm just going to get rid of everything except for player names. That's all I care about is the player's name. You could, if you wanted, keep the positions, but I don't need that information, right? So now what I want to do is I want to just click on the first player, and I'm just going to drag down the list till I get to the last player. And then I'm going to hit Control C to copy. I'm going to go to my text document right here, and I'm going to just paste it in there. Again, I'm going to scroll all the way to the top, get rid of all the blanks and anything extra that comes in. So we got name here. Let's get rid of the name, right? Pedro STROP, because I didn't actually select that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go boom, boom, boom. Put in my commas there. And all the comma is doing is just separating it from one field to the next field. So field number 1 is everything before the first comma. And field number 2 will be everything after the comma. You could actually put in more information about the players if you really wanted to. I don't see any need to do that. But all I'm doing is just putting in explanation points, or not explanation points. Disregard that. I am putting in commas. Commas, not explanation points. And I am just taking this, boom, 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 boom. Again, what I like to do is I like to keep my text files clean. So I'm just going to click and get rid of all of these extra little marks that put in there. And the reason Baseball Reference has some of these players highlighted is because like the star represents like main players or whatever it happens to be. I don't know right off the top of my head, but all right, so there we go. I think, oh, we got one down here. Just checking out my file. Looks good. Boom. I'm going to save this as, and I'm just going to save it to my desktop. I'm going to change the name of it. LTIM Baltimore Orioles. ORILOS. No, that's not right. How the hell do you spell Orioles? ORIOLS. 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 Baltimore. No, that can't be right either. What the hell? ORIOL. ORIOLES. Ah, okay. Baltimore Orioles, again, I can name it whatever I want. I'm just going to name it the team name. I'm going to hit save. Notice I didn't get an error message, so that's a good thing. We got to remove some chat here because somebody's being an idiot. All right, so now I'm just going to go into ball score. Again, I'm just going to, nope, I don't need that. Go into ball score. I'm going to go into create a roster. I'm going to import a roster from a text file. I'm going to select the file, and again, I'm going to go to wherever I saved it. For me, it's going to be desktop. For you, it might be somewhere else. I'm going to find the file. I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to say open. You should see the players' names in there. Again, I want first name, last name, field 1, field 2, first name, last name. You should see the players' names in there. And just click import. There it is. Just click on next, next, next. Looks like everybody went in there just fine. No errors, no problems. V-A-L-T, V-A-L-T-I-M-O-R, O-R-I-O-L-E-S, Baltimore Orioles. I'm going to click on Save Roster. I'm going to come and I'm going to name it Baltimore Orioles.ROS. I'm going to hit Save, and I'm going to click OK. Do I need to save? No, I don't. So now, inside of my ball score here, inside of ball score, I can now go into RMLS and I can say road roster. We got a game today between the Tampa Bay Rays, right? So I can load up the roster and then I can just do that, or I can load the roster and I can, here's my Baltimore Orioles. So we did 2 teams in like 10 minutes, guys. So you can get all 30 teams done really quickly. You can do them one at a time when you need them. It's not very hard to do. You got all the data in there. They're ready to go. So if I was going to do a lineup, I could then go, okay, well, let's see. J.J. Hardy is playing catcher today, and he's going to go in. You can see this is highlighted in the first spot. I'm going to place him in the lineup. And batting second today is Manny Machado at shortstop. Place him in the lineup. And I can create the lineup, and then I just hit save lineup. So the lineup is ready to go the next time. So there you go. That's as simple as it is. You don't need to do any kind of, fancy dancy stuff. Just have to do what I just did. You can get your teams inputted and everything like that. If you're joining us late, I'm going to show you this one more time. We are actually going to go back to ballstat/ballscore at ballstat.com. Everything we just did is already done for you from all Major League Baseball rosters from 1871 all the way up to 2008. Already done for you. So you don't need to do what we just did. All you have to do is download them and load the rosters in manually that way. If you're doing 2009 to present times, you'll need to do what I just did. Or you can sit there and type them in, one person at a time, over and over and over again, which would be very long and tedious. You can see I did 2 teams in like 10 minutes. It was just about a couple minutes of clicking and then just putting these commas in, and we're ready to roll. So hopefully that will help some people that are looking to maybe use a ball score program in their replays and not have to spend all that time entering data in and manipulating it inside a ball score. If you're doing anything from 2007 or older, again, you can just download the files here and you're ready to go. You don't need to manually do what I did. Now, you will still need to do lineups unless you're doing the 1961, the 1964, or the 2007 season. You can actually get the roster and the lineups for those 3 seasons. So 1961, 1964, and 2007, you can download not only the rosters, but all of the different lineups for your team. but doing a lineup is pretty easy. Speaking of lineups, I want to show you guys something else super cool. Hopefully we're done with that now. So hopefully you guys understood what I did. All I'm doing is going into ball score, and I'm basically creating, nope. All I'm doing is I'm creating these, I'm going to slide this stuff out of the way so you can see, I'm creating these text documents that have all the players' names in there without having to type them in myself. I could just sit here and type them in myself, but that's just, to type all these players' names in, it's going to take me at least 15 minutes to type in all those names, and then if I misspell things or whatever, yeah, I don't want to do that. I just don't want to spend the time doing all that. So for me, it's a little easier. Click, 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 put in a bunch of commas, save the file, and import it. And I would think, even the non-tech savvy people, if you just follow my directions, you would be able to do it pretty quickly and easily as well. All right, but again, if you're doing anything from 2000 and, oops, come on, pop up. If you're doing anything old, like, 1948, you can get all the rosters just by downloading these files right here. That wouldn't even save you more time, much more time. So definitely do that than what I did. The only reason I did what I did is because I'm doing 2013, right? And if you're looking for lineups, again, it's 1961, 1964, and 2007. Speaking of lineups, I'm going to talk about something else here, and that is Rombo's Ultimate Replay Guides for you guys. I don't know. I just found this site the other day by accident, and because I was looking at creating some scorecards that I can use for my replays here, and I came across this site here. And if you don't know about this site and you're a baseball replayer, you need to go and bookmark this site right now. Just stop watching my video, go bookmark it right now, and then come back and watch my video, because this is going to be indispensable for you. So you go to www.baseballsimresearch.com, and I don't know if you have to put in the rest of it. I think if you just go to Baseball Sim Research, let's see, if we go to Baseball Sim Research, yeah. You go to Baseball Sim Research, and then you go to, this is his homepage, and then you're going to go to Ultimate Replay Guides up here at the top. That'll take you to where we just were looking at. So, what do these do? Well, they do everything that you can possibly imagine you would want to do in setting up your lineup. So if you watch, like, for example, some of the great replayers out there, we already talked about Tabletop Baseball. There's two of these guys there, and they do cards and dice versions, and they create their own lineup cards and everything like that, and they hand write everything down. They don't need to do that. They can do whatever they want because it's their show. But if you are looking to do replays and you don't want to have to fill out lineup cards all the time, you need to go to this site, you need to bookmark it, and you will save yourself thousands of hours of time, because basically what this is here is all the information about your lineups for every baseball game ever played. So I'm going to show you. So what you want to do here is, so this one here is the teams as played score sheet. So obviously I'm doing the 2013 season. So I clicked on it and I downloaded this one here at home. And let me show you what'll pop up here. Poof! This is what will pop up once you download it. It'll have a PDF file that has 30 different files in it. Each one of these files is a different team. So if I was doing, say, a replay of the Boston Red Sox from 2013, All I have to do is download these files, and when I click on this file, you will notice it brings up in a PDF format the baseball game from Monday, April 1st, 2013, that has the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees already filled out and ready to go for you with the historic lineups. Let me say that again. It has the scorecard already filled out, ready to go with the historic lineups for you. So if I'm going to replay this game, all I have to do, file, print, and I'm ready to go. That's all you have to do. Jacob Ellsbury, center fielder. Shane Victorino, right field. Dustin Pedroia, second base. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see. Here's page number 1. It's got both teams on it. It has all the information that you would need to do a replay. And not only that, it has a nice box here that gives you plenty of space to type in any kind of ratings you want to put in for whatever, if you're using Stratomatic, or if you're using Payoff Pitch, if you're using APA, whatever settings or whatever stats you need to know for the players, you can just type them in there. It'll show you the starting pitcher. You can see John Nestor started was starting pitcher. It'll also show you there are other starting pitchers in the rotation, so you don't accidentally use them. It'll even show you the actual score from the game that happened in real life. So if I'm going to play a game from, I don't know, let's just say Boston versus whoever on June 6th, all I have to do is just scroll through this sheet and look at the date. So here's July 7th. Let's go back up. Right. Here's June 20th. Let's go up. And what are we looking for? 6-6? Is that what I said here? 6-1? I don't even know if they had a game that day. I just was running something off the top of my head. Let's see what this is from the 4th. There's the 5th. And they didn't play anything on the 6th. They only have the 8th. So they were off on the 6th. So we'll just assume if I was going to play the Anaheim Angels and the Boston Red Sox from Saturday, June 8th, 2013, again, complete lineups, historic lineups from every player in the game that started, starting pitchers and all the information ready to go, and the outcome from the actual game. All I have to do is print that out, and I'm ready to go. And that happens for every single team that I just downloaded in 2013. So that's pretty gosh darn awesome, I would have to say, you know? So if you are a baseball sim replayer, again, baseballsimresearch.com, you need to just go bookmark it right now. Go bookmark it and come back, because it's so important that it's going to save you. I don't know how much time I spent creating all these, my own little scorecard and everything like that. And then last night I was getting ready for my game and I was putting all the information in, blah, 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 and setting the lineups and everything. And then I come across this and I'm like, holy crap, did that not just save me like 1,000 hours worth of work? Holy cow. So not only that, so of course you have your, your as played score sheets, and then this is breaking down by team, and then this is broken down by, I believe, by date. So if you wanted to, download these and then play all the games on April 1st and then April 2nd, I mean, they basically are the same thing, but whatever. You also have the stat keeping sheets if you're into that kind of thing. I will just download it real quick and show you basically what it is. Basically, it has all the different players for each team, and you can keep, what it says. You can keep stats for them. So you can keep track of how many games you played, how many at-bats, how many hits, how many runs, doubles, triples, blah, 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 blah. And, of course, it has it for every single person in the whole universe of baseball, I guess. I guess I shouldn't say the whole universe. But anyways, so that's really cool. It also has a player appearance guide, And then here is your so if you want to find out where the players, when they appeared, um, for whatever reason, that's in there too. I find these to be very, very good though. Let's just take a look at this. This is your replay guide. So for the 2013 season, and you can see this one only takes me a second to download. It's going to give you the as played schedule, and then blah blah blah. It tells you what it has in here, but we'll just go through it. So in the beginning here, we have, let me scroll up to the top, the 2013 Major League Baseball as scheduled schedule. The as scheduled schedule. So Sunday, March 31st, Texas at Houston. Monday, April 1st, Anaheim, Cincinnati, Boston, blah, blah, blah. So you could print this out and you could just start playing your games. You would have a printout of who did on what day, who played on what day. All right, and it's, 5 or 6 pages long. Then, after that, just keep scrolling down. Keep scrolling down. Oops, I went up too far. Scroll down. All right, you can print out your individual teams. So if I was just doing, say, an Anaheim replay from 2013, I could just go and print out my own personalized as schedule for that team, who they played and everything, which is great. And of course, it has it for every single team. Let's keep scrolling down. All right, so that's the second thing it has. Oops, got to keep going down. After that, oops, nope, got to go down even farther. It has the 2013 Major League Baseball as played lineups. There you go. Sunday, March 31st, Texas at Houston. Texas had Ian Kinsler second base, batting first. Andres Elvis, shortstop. Lance Berkman, DHing. Adrian Beltre at third. David Murphy in left field. Nelson Cruz in right. A.J. Perninsky catching. Mitch Moreland at first base. And Leonis Martin in center field. Houston had blah, blah, blah. It has, that's right, every single lineup for you for the whole season in that file. And I'm just scrolling through it because this is quite a few pages. Now, of course, we're talking about a rather large document here. We're talking about 1,783 pages. So you're probably not going to be printing this out. But you can have it on your computer desktop. You can pull it up anytime and you can check out the information, right? All right, so now after that, it then has, gotta scroll down to the rest of these games here. All right. All right, so it also has the 2013 career player stats to date. So as of 2013, and it's going to have every player on Anaheim, and it's going to have all of his stats for Eric Ibar, Joe Blanton, Buddy Boucher, Peter Bourjis, every player for that team. And of course, I can scroll down. It has every single solitary player from every single solitary team that played. Then it has your substitution details from every single player, how many times they substituted. So C.J. Wilson did not sub. Chris Iannetta, overall, he pinch hitted 9 times. He pinch hitted and came in to play catcher 7 times, and he just came in to play catcher 4 times. So, and then it breaks down April, May, June, July, September, what they did each month. Incredible amount of detail. So, as much detail as you want. I mean, there's just tons and tons of stuff to have in here. This is, what is this? Let me scroll back up and see what this is here. This is the relief pitcher details. So if you wanted to get into that. So yeah, it's all found in that one file we just clicked on and downloaded. So that's in that replay guide. So if you wanted to find out about your team, uh, have all that information that's in there. Again, the as played lineup score sheets, just amazing, amazing, amazing to have those. I won't need to type anything up. I won't have to write anything out. All I have to do is say, hey, I've actually got the game tonight that I'm going to be playing, but game number 2 between Boston and New York. I've got my sheet printed out here right in front of me, ready to go. I've got the first 10 games from Boston all printed out and ready to go. So I'm going to be using these so I know who's playing what position and everything, but I'll still be using ball score to keep track of the information. So again, baseballsimresearch.com. Click on the Ronbo's Ultimate Replay Guides. Download whatever season you're working with, and you'll have them ready to print out. And then you can use cards and dice all day long, and you'll have the lineup cards ready to print out. You just have them, print them out, and then you're ready to go. You don't need to worry. The only thing you have to add in is any ratings that you want to put in for the players. Again, based upon whether you're going to use Stratomatic or Payoff pitch or whatever system you're using, you want to have there's a nice spot in there to type in. If I was doing, say, Detroit, here we are. And, if I'm using Payoff pitch, I would write in, I'd print it out. And then, of course, I would type in there and say range 3, error 2, run 5, steal D, and throw whatever. So put that information in for each of your players, and you're ready to go. Boom. And both teams are on one nice sheet. You do have this nice score pad up at the top. It gives you the information. Here's all the information about your pitchers. You can keep track of it. Innings pitched, hits, runs, errors, or earned runs, home runs, walks, strikeouts. Relief pitcher number 1, relief pitcher number 2. Plenty of spots to bring in extra players. You can see Austin Jackson. You can bring a player in there and then have a spot for him. Whatever, all in one sheet. So one game, one sheet. So you don't need to print out 2 sheets. I think that is just great. Just absolutely awesome. So I just wanted to spend some time with you guys on that part of it before we actually get into today's game. So we did some ball stat stuff, showed you how to get all your player team data in, right? But now, more importantly, you guys are probably here to watch game number 2 between the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. This is from Wednesday, April 3rd, 2013. You can see there the final score was the Boston Red Sox 7, the New York Yankees 4. For today's lineup, we're actually going to be going back into ball score. So here's my ball score program. Right there. And I can go in now and I can open a scorebook file. And I've already saved one, Boston versus New York, 4/3/2013. And it has all of my lineups ready to go in there. So I did that ahead of time, knowing that I would be doing that. Right? So it's Jacob Ellsbury, center field, Shane Victorino, right, Dustin Pedroia at second, Mike Napoli at first, Will Middlebrooks at third, Jared Saltamaki catching, Johnny Gomes, D.A. Jr. in left field, and Jose Iglesias at short. And that's the wrong scorecard. Let's see. No, I don't want us to save it. 4/3/2013. Did it not? Let's see, is that right? Hmm, did not do the right thing for me. All right, well, crap. I either, well, you know, I was testing things earlier, so I might have been messing around with it. Anyways, it's only going to take us a second here to put this in. So we're going to go into our RML. Boston is a visitor, so we're going to load up Boston first. We're going to load the roster. We're going to load up the Boston Red Sox here. And I have my printout here. So Jacob Ellsbury, he played center field. And he's the number 1 spot. There we go. Daniel Nava. He batted in the DH position. And Leston Pedroia. It would be easier if I actually had my light on in my computer room because it's hard to read this right this second because I was not planning on having to read off from my little sheet. Mike Napoli, he played first base. Well, you get to see how to do this at least. Jared Saltalamacchia was catcher. Middlebrooks was third base. Victorino was right field. Victorino was right. Bradley was the left field. Bradley, where are you? There you are, left field. And Jose Iglesias was shortstop. Bam. Now for pitchers, if you would, if you're in National League, you're going to probably put your pitcher in the number 9 spot. But if you're doing the American League, what you have to do is you have to scroll down the very bottom, and you can see all these little things here. It says non-batting pitchers should be listed above. Note that these pitchers will not be included in the batting section of the score box. So you want to do is click on this spot here to let the game know that's where you should go. And then we're going to find the starting pitcher today, which is Clay Buchholz. Clay Buchholz is pitching today. Let's see if I can find him. I think I just saw him. Yep. And click on the pitcher, the name, and make sure that spot's highlighted, and then place him in the lineup. And what I want to do is I want to then save this lineup. And if I go to load lineup, it should show me the name, but it's just going to put today's date in here. I don't know why. Yeah, it should have loaded. It should have loaded this one. You can see I had it all ready to go. It's the same file as we had. That's all right though. It doesn't matter. All right, we hit OK, and then we're going to hit the green button that says, yes, use this button if you entered the entire starting lineup before the game. All right, then we hit this little down arrow. We go to the home team here. And we're going to go RMS. We're going to load a roster, and we're going to say the New York Yankees. Here we are. All right, so it's Brett Garner. Brett Garner was in center field. Then we have Ichiro Suzuki in right, who after his good performance in the first game, I think he was batting like 6th or 7th in that game. He moves all the way up to the number 2 spot in the lineup. Robinson Cano, second base. Second baseman. Kevin Youkilis at third. Kevin Youkilis is at third base. Travis Hafner, DHing. Travis Hafner, DH. Vernon Wells in left. Vernon Wells in left. Lyle Overby was playing first. Edward Nunez, shortstop. And Chris Stewart was catching. Stewart, there we are. All right. And we're going to scroll all the way down. We're going to click on this line right there. And then we're going to put the starting pitcher in, which is Hiroki Kurata. Hiroki Kurata. Where are you, buddy? Wonder, can we sort these? Yeah, we can't sort them. All right. Come on, where is he? Where is he? Here he is. He's going to be the pitcher. We have that spot highlighted. There we are. We're going to save the roster. And we're going to say OK. And we're going to say green to go. And we are set to go. We are set to go. So here's the starting lineups for us. Put this down a little bit. There we go. You can see Jacob Ellsbury, 5 at-bats, 1 run, 2 hits. He's batting .400 on the season. That was from our previous couple games. So he's got probably a little bit of skewed because we've actually played like 2 games maybe with the stupid system that crashed and all kinds of bad things. All right. So that's done, right? That is done. Now what we have here is... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Oh my gosh. Where is my... Ah, good Lord. Well, I have to set this up again, I guess. Ah, crap. I could have sworn I must have closed that window and I didn't mean to close it. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but that's... all right. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going after yesterday. I'm going to be going back to our actual PDF versions of the game because I can put in enough data here that I think it'll be worth it instead of doing what I did, because spending all that time yesterday to do that was a little crazy. All right, so we're going to use our ball score to keep track of the game. We're going to use our PDF. We need to actually have a second PDF loaded that has the ball. We're going to get the Yankees in there. And we also need... So that is... all right, give me a second here. All right, so this is 2013. All right, so then we have to just scroll down to the Yankees, which are about in this area somewhere. Maybe a little bit farther. After Kansas City, I think. Detroit, Minnesota, Chicago, Yankees. There we are. All right. Just like that. So page number 75. I wonder, is there a way to like... Okay, well, I'll look at that already. So we got the Boston, and then I can just flip over to the Yankees. And then last but not least, we have our page rule book here that's going to have all of our ultra important charts that we're going to need for the game. There we go. All right, so Boston, New York, and then a rule book. We can just flip through these pretty quickly. All right, poof. There we go. So I kind of like this setup. I think it's going to work. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use our dice roller here. The dice roller will cover up whatever pitcher we're not using, so that way I don't accidentally look at the wrong pitcher or whatever. So that's kind of good. It saves some space, which is also a good thing. When I actually click on the roll button here, the numbers at the top will represent each of the dice in the order I added them. 5 and 6, you can see, are the six-siders. So the first two numbers, 5 and 6, is going to represent the number 2 to 12 from the pitcher. The second number is going to be the tens and single spaces on the percentile, so 47. So this is going to be 1147. So I don't even need to look at the dice. I can just look at that number up there, which is super cool. I do like that, because sometimes it's hard to read the dice depending on where they're at. So I might just say 1147 so you guys can see what I'm talking about. You now know what I'm talking about when I say it, right? All right, so do we look at the lineups? I don't know if we did. Jacob Ellsbury, Daniel Nava, Dustin Pedroia, Mike Napoli, Jared Santolamakia. Not sure why there's an 11 there. Will Middlebrook, Shane Victorino, Jackie Bradley Jr., Jorge Iglesias. Yeah, well, you just saw us put them all in, but Brett Gardner, Ichiro Suzuki, Robinson Cano, Kevin Youkilis, Travis Hafner, Vernon Wells, Lyle Overby, Eduardo Nunez, and Chris Stewart in that order. So one thing we need to check is catchers for their arm rating for stealing purposes. Jared Saltalamacchia, if we can remember him from yesterday, he does not have that good an arm. He's got a 4 rating, so New York might use him or be able to run on him. For the Yankees today, the Yankees have Chris Stewart, who did not start the other game. So we're going to have to check out what Chris Stewart's Chris Stewart arm is a 2. So a little bit better, but not as good as who was this pitcher or who was the catcher yesterday? It was it was just trying to remember. Was it Cervelli? That's who it was. Who has an arm of 1, which is excellent, excellent arm. Al, Red Sox fan, how are you tonight? Thank you for joining us. We've got us the start of the Boston Red Sox versus the New York Yankees, game number 2 from the 2013 season. We're just going over lineups and figuring out the catcher's arms so we know who's got a chance of stealing. And so there we go. Al, Red Sox fan, you should definitely check out the beginning of this video later on when you get a chance. We went through how to import people and stuff into Ball Score if you're not familiar with it. We went on a website, we downloaded all the players, we added them in, and it only took us a few minutes. We added like 2 complete teams in like 10 minutes. So if you want to learn how to do that, check out the beginning of this video. And we also went to we also went to a website replay lineup sheets. So we went to Rombo's Ultimate Replay Guides. If you don't know about this website, I highly recommend that you check it out. It's got lineups, cards ready to go for every single game that you could possibly want. Yeah, just check out the beginning of the video. We talk about how to do that and what it can do and all that crazy, nice, cool, super great stuff. That's just so good. It's just unbelievable. So Yankees lead the Sox tonight, 1-0. Sale for the Sox has struck out 8. So there you go. Yankees lead the Sox tonight, 1-0. But Chris Sale on the hill for the Sox struck out 8 already. All right, well, we're getting ready for our game here. I am going to take just about a 2 or 3 minute break. because we've been actually going for over an hour as we talked about all this important stuff ahead of time. So if you want to go ahead and get something to drink, grab yourself a drink and come back here in about 2 or 3 minutes, and we're going to go ahead and pick up, and we're going to start the game between Hiroki Kuroda and Jacob Ellsbury, first batter, and we'll get the game on the way. So we'll see you guys in just a couple minutes. All right, I got my lineup sheet right next to me. I am ready to go. Are you guys ready for this? Here we go. Game number 2. Boston won the first game 5-2. Hiroki Kuroda. All right, he's up against number 1, Jacob Ellsbury. Jacob Ellsbury against Hiroki Kudora. Here we go, and waiting on the pitch here, and it comes. It is a 2. 2 is tough. 26, tough 26. He is a righty. So tough 26 is going to be a strikeout. So strikeout for Ellsbury on to Daniel Nava. Daniel Nava, right here. He's up, went away. My goal is to get these done in less than an hour. I'm working on that. So we've been going for about an hour and 13 minutes. So I want to see when we finish, how long it takes. There we go. Daniel Nana. He's got a 7. 7 is tough. And a tough 15. Tough 15 against a righty is going to be another strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts to start the game for Kuroda. Up now is Dustin Pedroia. Dustin Pedroia. Righty on righty here. 2 away. He's got a 9. 9 is in play. In play 27. And in play 27 is going to be a base hit. So Dustin Pedroia gets himself a single. Let's see what his steal rating is. Steal rating is a B. All right, let's check out a B2 on steal. So B2, it's about a 50-50 shot. About a 50-50 shot of getting a successful steal. No, actually, it's a little bit better than that. It's about a 60-40 shot. But with 2 away, I don't think Pedroia, not this early in the game anyways. So we'll let Mike Napoli hit. Mike Napoli against Hiroki Kuroda. Here he goes. He's got a 12. 12 is wheelhouse for Napoli. Napoli got an 11. 11 for Napoli, and that's going to be a home run. Mike Napoli just hit a 2-run bomb in the top of the first inning. Home run for Napoli. And 2-0 Boston, just like that. Jared Saltalamacchia. Jared Saltalamacchia. So Kuroda gives up his first big hit of the season. It's a home run. 10. 10 is Patient. Patient 24. Patient 24 is a walk. So after giving up the home run, he's a little shell-shocked. And he's now given up a walk to Jared Saltalamacchia. Brings up Will Middlebrooks. Will Middlebrooks. He's got a 6. 6 is in play. 25 in play. 25 in play is going to be a pop-up to the catcher. So pop-up to the catcher to end the inning. So that's going to be a pop-up to the catcher. Enter. We're done. And we're going on to the Yankees. So 2-0 after half inning. Yankees come up. Brett Gardner. Brett Gardner. Here he is. Slide this down to cover up that pitcher so I don't accidentally use him. So on the hill today for the Boston Red Sox, Clay Buchholz only started 16 games. He was 12-1 with a 1.74 ERA in 2013. So he's definitely someone to contend with. Brett Gardner against Clay Buchholz, bottom of first inning. We get a 9. 9 is tough, and it's a 0-6, so tough 0-6 against a righty. So we're righty versus righty today. That'll be a little easier for me to keep track. So that is a strikeout for Brett Gardner. So strike him out. Ichiro Suzuki, who had a single, a double, and a triple yesterday. Suzuki versus Clay Buchholz. And that is an 8. 8 is Patient. 98. 98 Patient is not good enough. 98 is going to be a fly ball into right field. So he hit a fly ball into right field. And we have 2 away here for Robinson Cano. Robinson Cano against Clay Buchholz. And we have a 9 again. 9 is tough. 0-4. Lots of zeros coming up. 0-4 tough. We know that is going to be, who's up? I forget. Robinson Cano. So tough. 0-4 is going to be a strikeout. So S. Enter, enter. And after one complete, 2-0 Boston. If you missed it, a big 2-run home run by Mike Napoli in the top of the first inning. Shane Victorino steps up to the plate. Shane Victorino. There's Shane right over there. We're going to slide this up. So Kuroda comes back out to face off Shane Victorino. That is an 8. 8 is tough. Tough 85 is out of range. 85 is going to be a ground ball to. He's going to hit a ground ball to second for the out. Jackie Bradley Jr., or as my Red Sox fans like to call him, JBJ. I still think that's funny. So JBJ. Where's JBJ? Here he is. JBJ. 1 out here in the top of the second inning. We have a 7. 7 is tough. Tough 92. Tough 92 is out of play. 92 is going to be a fly ball into right. So that is going to be a fly ball into right. And 2 away here for Jose Iglesias. Jose Iglesias, righty versus righty here. When I hit it again, I like to bounce them around a little bit. There we go. It's a 3. 3 is patient. And a patient 21. Patient 21 is going to be a single. Patient 21 against the right-hander. Yep, that is going to be a single. So on first base, Jose Iglesias, he has a steal rating of C, not very good, so he'll just stay where he's at. And we're back at the top of the lineup for Jacob Ellsbury. Jacob Ellsbury. Jacob, what did he do? He struck out his first time up. And we got a 5 in play, 92. So in play, 92. That's going to be a fly ball into right field. It's a fly ball into right. And nothing going there for the Red Sox in the second inning. So we have Kevin Youkilis coming up. Kevin Youkilis. We need to go to the. We need to switch this. All right, Kevin Youkilis. Where is he? Kevin Youkilis. There we are. So Kevin Youkilis versus Clay Buchholz. Nobody on here in the second inning. We have a 9. 9 is tough. Tough 33. Youkilis, righty. Tough 33 is a strikeout. So 1 away here for Travis Hafner. Travis Hafner. Let's see if I can find good old Travis here. There he is, Travis Hafner, the lefty. And that's a 5. 5's in play, 51. Travis Hafner in play, 51 is not good enough. That's going to be a fly ball into left field. So fly ball into left field. And 2 away for Vernon Wells. Vernon Wells, there he is. Righty versus righty matchup. And that is a 10. 10 is patient 53. Patient 53, not good enough. 53 is going to be a fly ball into right field. So 3 up, 3 down for 2 innings. So far, Clay Buchholz has a no-hitter going. All right, Daniel Nava struck out his first time up. Daniel Nava. There he is. Got to slide this up. We're getting this system down pretty good now. I think we're going to be good to go here. All right, Daniel Nava. He's got a 3. 3 is patient 95. Daniel Nava, patient 95 is out of range. That's going to be a fly ball into right field. Dustin Pedroia, who got a single his first time up. Dustin Pedroia singled his first time up. And we have a 2. 2 is tough. Tough, and that's a 55 tough. Pedroia tough. 55 is going to be a ground ball hit to short. Or I'm sorry, ground ball hit to third base. for a second out. Mike Napoli with the 2-run home run, his first time up. 2-run home run. And we have a 9. 9 is in play. In play 85. In play 85. That's going to be a ground ball hit to short. And we're on to the bottom of the third inning. Now we're smoking through this now. Good job. I like our setup. I think we're doing good. Here we go. Lyle Overby's come up. Let's switch over to the Yankees here. Lyle Overby. And we need to switch this over. All right, so that is a 4. That's tough. 58. So Lyle Overby, tough. 58 is, just barely a strikeout, but a strikeout it is. All right, up next, Eduardo Nunez. Eduardo Nunez, 9. 9 is tough. Tough 80. Nunez, tough 80 is going to be a fly ball into center field. And Chris Stewart, the catcher. Chris Stewart, the catcher. This is going to be a 7. 7 is tough. And a 0-9 tough. Tough 0-9 is going to be a strikeout. So that is another strikeout for Buchholz. So up here at the top, we have the what's going on with the player, all the data. And then over here, of course, is the score. So, yeah, I think the setup is working good. Al likes the setup. I think we're going to be able to cruise through games. It's not going to take me a lot of time pre-game to get everything set up like it did yesterday. So, yeah, I'm liking it a lot. So, Jared Saltalamacchia. Let's go back over here and move this up here. Saltalamacchia. Let's see what he did the first time up. He walked the first time up. This time he rolls a 10. 10 is patient. 16. So patient 16 is another walk. So back-to-back walks for Saltalamacchia. Will Middlebrooks popped up to the catcher first time up. Popped up to the catcher. That is going to be a 7. 7's tough. Tough 74. Tough 74 is going to be a strikeout. Picks up Shane Victorino. Shane hit to second his first time up. Shane Victorino. Where are you, Shane? There you are, Shane Victorino. Shane Victorino gets a 7. That's a tough. 21 tough. That's going to be a strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts for Kuroda. How many on the day is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 strikeouts on the day so far. That brings up Jackie Bradley Jr., who flied out to left field his first time up. Jackie Bradley Jr. Jackie Bradley. He's got a 5. That's in play 67. In play 67. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. And we're on to the bottom of the fourth inning. Bottom of 4, top of the lineup, Brett Garner. Brett Garner, what did he do his first time up? He struck out his first time up. Brett Garner. Brett Garner, there he is. Slide this down. Buchholz has not given up a hit yet. That's a 5. 5 is in play. 0-9. 0-9 for Brett Garner in play. 0. Oh, he just missed a triple. He gets himself a single, and Buchholz finally gives up his first hit of the game. Brett Garner, that's a B rating. Just trying to remember what the B, and let's look at catcher is Catcher for Boston today is, let me look at my sheet, Salto Machia. That's a 4. So B4. Let's look at B4. Stealing B4. That's pretty good range there. All right. That's pretty good range. So Brett Gardner is going to try to get the jump. So we look at the hold rating for Clay Buchholz is an 8. So we're going to check and see if he gets a jump on Buchholz. He needs an 8 or less. He does get the jump, so he's going to attempt to steal. He rolls a 57 on the steal. 57 is a stolen base. So Brett Gardner gets a stolen base. Runner first steals. So Ichiro Suzuki with the runner on second. He flying out to center field his first time up. Flying out to center his first time up. We have a 9. 9 is tough. Tough 76. Tough 76 is going to be a fly ball into center field again. So fly ball to center. And fly ball into center field. On a tough is going to be he's going to stay. So 1 away for Robinson Cano, who struck out his first time up. Robinson Cano over here on the far side. Buchholz looks at the runner back at second. And the windup in the pitch. That is a 4. 4 is tough. Tough 0-9. That's going to be another strikeout for Robinson Cano. That brings up Kevin Youkilis. Struck out his first time up. Kevin Youkilis. There he is, Kevin Youkilis. That's a 3. That's a tough 51. Youkilis tough 51 is a strikeout to end the inning. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to be his 7th strikeout of the game. And we're in top of the 5th inning. Top of the 5th inning. And we have Jose Iglesias, who got a single his first time up. Jose Iglesias. There he is. And that's a 12. Uh-oh, that's another wheelhouse. Kuroda gives another wheelhouse, but it isn't 89. Iglesias, wheelhouse 89. 89 is a ground ball hit to short. Ground ball hit to short. Ellsbury, who's had a strikeout and a flyout to right field. Ellsbury. And the windup in the pitch, Kuroda. Curveball, here it comes. It's an 8. 8's tough. Tough 61. Tough. Ooh, he just missed a single. Just missed it. Instead, he flied out to left field. Daniel Nada with a strikeout and a fly ball to right. Daniel Nada. That's a 7. That's a tough 24. Tough 24 is a strikeout. All right, so we got halfway through the game. We started this at, what did I say, 15, about 15 minutes after the hour. It's now 32 minutes after the hour, so in 15 minutes we got half the game done. Yeah, I'm really liking this setup. I think this is going to work out really, really well. I think we can get games done in very short amount of time. Plus, it'll keep track of all of our stats for us and really good things. Travis Hafner flied out to left field his first time up. Travis Hafner against Clay Buchholz. 1 hitter so far. That is an 8. 8 is patient 15. So patient 15 is a walk. And Travis Hafner is a A rating. A4. He's going to try and definitely get the jump. So Clay Buchholz, we're going to check and see if he can get the jump. That's a 5, which is less than 8, so he does get the jump. And he's going to try and steal, which happens to be a 93. That would be a A4, so it's in this column here. 93, so it's a stolen base. So another stolen base. Clay Buckholz. So runner on second for Vernon Wells. Vernon Wells over here on the right-hand side. So runner on second again. That's a 10. That's a patient 65. So patient 65. 65 is a ground ball to second. Now we have to check for double play. Re-roll this for double play results. Double play's got to be less than 6. I got to check that rule. God bless it. Let me just see if it's roll the 2d6 and compare total. Read runners run. No, that's not what I want. I want. All right, here it is. If the 2d6 total is higher than either player's runner on first base, runner on first base, runner on no runner on first base, batter is out. Runner on second may advance to third if it's open. Oh yeah, we didn't need that because he's on second because he stole the base. Yes, I apologize for that. So run rating of 7 or higher. Yes, that's right. All right, so that happens to be Hafner, who's on second base. Let's look at Hafner here. Where's Hafner? All right, Hafner, his run rating is a 6, so he does not. Runner on second may advance to third if the base is open. His run rating is 7 or more and the ball is hit to second. Yes, so he does not make it over on a ball hit to second. So it was actually just a ground ball. Oops, cancel. Ground ball hit to second base. And Hafner's going to stay. So Lyle Overby, who struck out his first time up. Lyle Overby, where are you, buddy? Where are you, Lyle Overby? There you are, right here. Lyle Overby. Clay Buckholz. Oh, thank you, Al. Al thinks I'm doing a good job. So that's a tough 20, 2-0, tough 20. Tough 20 is going to be a strikeout. That happens to be let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts for the day. Eduardo Nunez, runner on second, two-way. Nunez gets a 4, another tough one from Buckholz, and a 40. So Nunez, tough 40. That's going to be a double. That's a double for Nunez. That's a double. And Hafner's going to score. That cuts into the Boston lead. It's now 2-1 with Nunez getting a double into center field. Rounding third and coming home is Travis Hafner. And the walk cost Clay Buckholz a run here so far in the 5th inning. Chris Stewart, who struck out his first time up. Chris Stewart against Buckholz. Runner on second. Still an RBI opportunity. Chris Stewart. That is a 3. 3 is tough. And a 10. Tough 10 is going to be a strikeout. So Buckholz a little upset with himself for giving up the back-to-back doubles. Or not back-to-back, but giving up the double. Is now 2-1 going in the 6th inning. Pedroia, who's got a single and hit a ground ball to third. Dustin Pedroia. And away we go. Oh, we got to move this up here first. All right, here we go. Kuroda against Pedroia. No, the double was, we'll check that when we go back. There was a single before that, I think. So that was only the second hit. So it's an 8. 8's tough, tough, tough. 60 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Mike Napoli with the 2-run home run and also ground ball hit to short. Mike Napoli went for 2 on the day. That's a 9. 9 is in play. 91 in play. 91. 91 is going to be a ground ball hit to short again. He likes that spot, I guess. So 2 away for Jared Saltalamacchia, who walked twice so far. He's also allowed 2 runners to run on him. Adds a 5. That's an in play, and it's a 0-3. That could be interesting. Saltalamacchia in play. 0-3 is going to be a double. So double for Saltalamacchia brings up Middlebrooks, who struck out and popped up to the catcher. Will Middlebrooks. We have 4. 4's ballpark and a 46. Let's look at our ballpark 46 here. Here's our ballpark, and oops, I just covered it up. Let me pull it over here for a second. A ballpark 46 against a right-hander. So right-hander, that's going to be a wheelhouse check for Will Middlebrooks. A wheelhouse check. So 1-44 on the reroll is going to be a home run. Let's see, does Kuroda give up another home run? Let's see, as this one's in the wheelhouse, right down the middle. And it's a 76, so 76 is going to be a fly ball. He got under it. Fly ball into center field. Fly ball into center. Fly ball. Center field. Boom. And you're end of the inning. So we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Brett Gardner walked and struck out. Clay Buchholz still coming out to face him. So Brett Gardner 0 for 1 with a walk. And we'll look at his stat line here in a second. So that's a 9. 9 is tough. A tough 40. Tough 40 is a strikeout. Tough strikeout. Suzuki with a fly to left and a fly to center. Suzuki 0 for 2. Left-hander. That is a 9. Another tough one, 46. So Suzuki tough, 46. That's going to be a single. That's going to be a single. So Suzuki, we had a single in the 4th. We had a double in the 5th and a single in the 6th so far as all Clay Buchholz has given up. But it's only a 2-1 score. The Yankees are within striking distance here. Ichiro Suzuki might try to get the jump too. Yes, he will. He's a steal rating of B. So jump rating again. Roll to see if Suzuki can get the jump on Buchholz. Well, the only thing Buchholz can't do, or Saltalamacchia, is really the problem. It's a 7, so he does get the jump. He rolled a 75. A 75. Oop, got to go back to our steal rating here. Right there. And 75. The B4 is going to be a stolen base, 18-99. So stolen base, 3rd stolen base against Saltalamacchia today. He's kind of a liability that way. Although he has had 2 walks and a double on the offensive side of things. So runner on second, the tying run at second, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Robinson Cano with 2 strikeouts. 2 strikeouts for Cano. Let's see if he can get a nice single or double to get this run home. That is a 6. 6 is in play. 23 in play. In play 23 is going to be a single. 23 in play is going to be a single. Now we have to see runner advancement. So roll the dice again. And we look at the lowest dice, which happens to be a 6. And it tells you here on a single, runner on second is going to score. So a single drives in the tying run. So, Robinson Cano with the single, tie ball game. So he's got himself a single, and Suzuki comes all the way around, rounds third, heads home, no throw, and we got us a tie ball game going into the bottom of the sixth inning. Let's see Cano here. Robinson Cano is a B rating. He's going to try and get the jump. So again, hold rating of 8. It's a 5. He does get the jump, and a 95. That's going to be a stolen base. That's a stolen base. So Robinson Cano comes right back and steals second base. So the winning run is now aboard second base here. Kevin Youkilis is up. He has struck out twice. Kevin Youkilis has struck out twice. And that is a 7. 7's tough. A tough 11. That's not going to be good for the batter. It's not. That's another strikeout. So two-away, runner on second. For Travis Hafner, who's flied into left field and walked. Travis Hafner. All right, Travis Hafner against Clay Buchholz here. That's a 4. Another tough one by Buchholz, 72. A tough 72. Looks like he's going to get out of the inning, and he does. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. And he's just going to stay on second because it doesn't matter. So we're going into the 7th inning, 2-2 ball game. The Yankees, with a run in the 5th and a run in the 6th, claw their way back into this game. The Yankees the Red Sox did all their damage in the first inning. Since then, not much to show for. They have a single in the 2nd and a double in the 6th, and that's all they've had since the first inning. So let's see if they can get on track here. Shane Victorino, he's struck out and hit into a 4-3 putout. Shane Victorino, as soon as I find his card, there he is, Shane Victorino. Slide this up. Kuroda is coming out to face him. That's an 8. 8 is tough. 43 tough. Tough 43, and that's a double. So Shane Victorino is inspired by my little speech about how they haven't done anything. He says, "Take that, Mr. Announcer Man. I'll just hit a double, and you can shut your face, I guess," right? So Jackie Bradley Jr. flied to right, flied to center. Man on second. I'm going to click the dice while I look for his card here. There it is. So we got a 4. 4 is ballpark. Ballpark 23 against the lefty. So lefty ballpark 23 is going to be a wheelhouse check. So Kuroda leaves another one and a wheelhouse check. This could be good for the Yankees. This could be good for the Red Sox. Jackie Bradley looking at a pitch coming down the center, and 91'd it. So he hit it way up in the air. It finally comes down way out in right field. And I have to check and see whether or not Victorino's moving on the play or not. Victor, where are you, Victor? It was off of a... was it off a tough play? Let's see. Gosh, I need to remember what kind of play it is because that matters. No, it was a wheelhouse. So wheelhouse, yes. On the wheelhouse, runner advancement, where is it here? I'll find it. Oh, it's down here. Sorry. Yeah. It is right here. Fly out. So if it comes on a wheelhouse, runner on third base scores, all other runners hold. So it came from the wheelhouse check. So if it was a patient check, runner on third may attempt to score. On a tough check, all runners hold, and in play, all runners hold. So Jackie Bradley Jr. lines one out into right field, but not far enough. You upset the flying Hawaiian. But not far enough, so Victorino is going to stay on second. That brings up Iglesias, who's got a single and a ground ball to short. Jose Iglesias. And that is a 7. 7 tough. A tough 60. Tough 60 is going to be a fly ball and a right. And that's coming off of a tough. So he is going to stay on second again. Not deep enough. Jacob Ellsbury, who struck out, flied to right, flied to left. 0 for 3 on the day, Ellsbury. That's a 4. Ballpark again, 51 ballpark. 51 ballpark against the lefty. 51 is the wheelhouse. So another wheelhouse check here. Another wheelhouse check for Jacob Ellsbury. Does pretty good against right-handers. Let's see what happens. As a 46. 46 is just barely a single. Look at that. Just barely a single. All right, so now we need to roll the dice again and look at our chart to see what happens to the runner on second. And it is a 1 is the lowest dice. So he hits a single, runner on second, or 1 is a 1 base. So he does not come in to score on the single. So he's got himself a single, and he is going to advance to third and hold up at third. Daniel Nada with runners at the corners, 2 away here in the top of the 7th. They're trying to get Kuroda through this inning. Daniel Nada. All right, Daniel Nava. Daniel Nava against Hiroki Kuroda. That's an 8. 8 is tough. 88. 88 tough is out of range, so that's going to be a ground ball hit to second. And the Yankees get out of the inning without allowing a run. Wow. So big play there. And we're 7th inning stretch, folks. 7th inning stretch. Vernon Wells is up. He's hit the ball into right field very hard, and also a little dribbler to second. 0 for 2 on the day. Vernon Wells against Clay Buchholz, whose fatigue rating is 8. So you can stay in. And that is a 10. 10 is patient. Patient 80. Patient 80 is going to be a ground ball hit to short. Lyle Overby with 2 strikeouts. Lefty against the right-handed Buchholz has not had a very good day. That's a 7. Another tough 60. Tough 60, though. Just as I say that, Lyle Overby says, wow, dude, you keep talking like that, we're just going to keep hitting doubles. Every time I talk bad about somebody, they get themselves a double. Eduardo Nunez with a double last time up and a fly ball into center field. So the winning run is at second base with 1 away here. Eduardo Nunez. That's a 4. Tough 91. Tough 91 for Eduardo Nunez. Tough 91. And that just makes the ground ball to short. Ground ball hit to short, so runner's going to stay. And he's going to stay on second. Chris Stewart, the catcher, 2 strikeouts. Chris Stewart, 2 strikeouts. 2 away here. Runner on second. That's a 10. That's a patient 84. So Chris Stewart, patient 84. 84's ground ball hit to short again. And back-to-back plays by the shortstop happens to be Jose Iglesias. And then just like the Yankees in the top of the inning, the Red Sox get out of a jam in the bottom of the 7th inning. So let's see here. Kuroda's got a fatigue rating of 7, so his day is done. He could technically stay in the game, I believe, if you look at kind of the rules as far as I understand it. So you're supposed to take them out after their fatigue rating inning if they've given up 3 or more runs. Both of these guys have only given up 2, so they could technically come out and pitch again. Let's actually just look at that really quickly here. How to play. Hit and run. Pitcher stamina. Ever pitcher stamina. Number is the inning that the pitcher may begin to tire. Once the pitcher reaches the inning that matches his start stamina rating, he is considered tired if he's allowed 3 or more runs. If he is not allowed 3 or more runs, then he may continue to pitch with his normal ratings until either the game ends or he allowed 3 or more runs. So I think because both of these pitchers are just having a good game, I think Kuroda is going to stay out, and he's going to face Pedroia, who's got a single, a ground ball to third, and a fly ball into right field. So Pedroia, 1 for 3 on the day. So let's see what happens. We'll play it by ear here. So we're in the top of the 8th inning already. That's a 10. 10 is patient, 37. So Pedroia patient, 37 is going to be a walk. So Pedroia walks. And what's Pedroia's rating here? Pedroia's, he's a B. And Chris Stewart's arm is a 2. So if we look at B2, B2 is in this range. So about a 60% chance of making it and a 40% chance of being caught. With nobody out, does Pedroia go? Al, Red Sox fan, if you're still there and you're still watching, what do you think? Does Pedroia go? We're in the 8th inning, which means, according to the way I'm playing it, once he hits the 7th inning, you don't need to get your jump rating anymore. Or you don't need a jump rating. You can just automatically go. I might change that, but we'll see. Is it worth risking having Pedroia go with nobody out? If we look at the chances, again, 43 to 99 is a stolen base. Get caught on a 13 to 42, and then crazy stuff if it's like 1 to 12. No. All right. Al Red Sox fan has spoken. Pedroia stays put. There you go. Pedroia stays put for Mike Napoli, who's got a 2-run home run, ground ball to short, and a ground ball to short. So Mike Napoli, let's see if Mike Napoli can do something here against Kuroda. Part of the order's coming up. Yep. 4, 5, and 6 hitters. So that's a 5. 5's in play. 67 in play. Napoli in play. 67. 67 is going to be a ground ball hit to second. This could be a double play. Let's see. It's a 6 and an 8. So let's see. Is it a ground ball double play? It's a 7, so it's not a ground ball double play. It's a fielder's choice. So fielder's choice. He hit it to second. So he hit it to second. So it's going to be a 4-6 put out at second. Out at second. All right, so fielder's choice, one away. Still runner at first, though, for Saltomaki, who's walked twice and hit a double. So Saltomaki having a good day. That's a 6. 6 is in play, 44. In play, 44. That's a ground ball hit to first. We have to check again for a double play. Saltomaki doesn't hit into many double plays. That is a 9, so that is not a double play. So it's going to be a fielder's choice again. Fielder's choice. This is going to be a 3-6 put out. 3-6 put out. Fielder's choice. So 2 away, runners still at first. Middlebrooks struck out, popped up to the catcher, and flied out to center field. So 0 for 3 for Middlebrooks. And can Kuroda get him through the 8th inning? Let's see. That's a 4. 4's ballpark. Uh-oh. 72 ballpark. Ballpark right-hander 72. And yes, it just makes the wheelhouse. Yankee Stadium just makes it. So we're going to be rolling a wheel check from Will Middlebrooks. Uh-oh. Can Kuroda get out of the inning? Here it is. It is a 16, so Will Middlebrooks takes him deep, going back, gone. Home run. A 2-run shot in the top of the 8th inning. And that's going to give Boston a 4-2 lead. So Will Middlebrooks, so two-run home runs is all that Boston's had so far. The Yankees are going to have to come back again. So Shane Victorino, 2 outs, bases cleared. Shane Victorino. That's a 5. In play, 29. Shane Victorino in play, 29, and that's going to be a single, and that's going to be it. That's going to be it for Kuroda. So we are going to be putting in a new pitcher for the Yankees. I'm going to look and see who they actually brought in the regular game here. Cody Epley. Let's see. Cody Epley. Do we have a Cody Epley card for the Yankees? I doubt it. The name doesn't sound familiar. Cody Epley. Who else did they bring in? Because I've got a few of them. Adam Warren. Let's see. Yes, we have Adam Warren. So Adam Warren is going to come in to pitch. Adam Warren. So Kuroda's day is done. Adam Warren is come in. There he is. There's Adam Warren, the right-hander. And he's coming in to pitch. So we're going to have a pitching change here. So let's see. This is a pinch hitter, pinch runner. Insert a new pitcher into the game. And this happens to be Adam Warren. See if I can find him on my list. Oh my gosh. Am I missing him? Keep scrolling down. Adam Warren. Come on. Come on. Come on. There he is. Second from the bottom. All right. Does not bat. And he's going to replace Hiroki. Here we are. All right. So man on first. We got a new pitcher in. New pitcher happens to be Adam Warren. And he'll be facing off against Jackie Bradley Jr., who's got 2 fly balls to right field and a fly ball to center field. So 3 fly balls, 3 well-hit balls, just none of them have traveled far enough. So 0 for 3 for Jackie Bradley Jr. So lefty against Adam Warren here. And that is a 6. 6 is tough. 36. A tough 36 is going to be a strikeout for Jackie Bradley Jr. So Adam Warren comes in and does his job. 4-2 lead. Do we take Buchholz out? Do we leave him in? He can technically stay in because that's why we didn't steal, Al Red Sox fan says. You should definitely check out his website. He's got a great YouTube channel going on there and lots of cool videos, sports replays. And man, can that guy make a call. He made the best call I think I've heard in a long, long time the other night. Man, it was exciting as hell. Too bad I couldn't see it, Al. Anyways, do we keep Buchholz in or do we bring in a reliever? So Andrew Miller came in, Alfredo Alceves, and Joe Harahan. Let's see if I've got any of these guys already carded up. Andrew Miller. I don't know. Andrew Miller. I do have Andrew Miller. All right, there we go. So Buchholz is out. Andrew Miller's in. We're in the 8th inning. Bottom of 8. Buchholz's day is done. Andrew Miller is coming in. There we go. Push that up a little bit. There we go. So Andrew Miller is going to come in. So we also have another please insert a new pitcher in the game. Thank you. So I have to find Andrew Miller. Andrew Miller does not bat. Okay. There we are. Let's go, Andrew, Real Red Sox fan. Bring in Koji. Koji didn't come in the game, so if he would have come in the game, I would have brought in Koji Urahara. But because he didn't play in the game, I'm trying to keep it to players that actually played in the game. I'm not using that as a strict rule. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I could bring in Koji if I thought it was good, but yeah, because I have an Andrew Miller card, I like to use the players that are there. And actually, he's got a really good card. Look at all those toughs. Man, that's a pretty gosh darn good card. His wheelhouse is on a 3, so he does give up a few home runs. 25, no, he only gave up 3 home runs in 30 innings. So 1 home run a game, about 10 innings. So not bad. He's not a bad pitcher. All right, so he's facing off against the top of the lineup, Brett Garner. Yankees need 2 runs here if they're going to make any noise and tie this ball game up. Brett Garner, let's see, what has Brett done? He struck out. He's got a single, 2 strikeouts and a single. All right, Brett Garner. And that is a 6, so patient 41. Patient 41, Brett Garner, patient 41. And he's got himself another double. So double for Brett Garner. That brings up Ichiro Suzuki. He's got a single and 2 flyouts. Ichiro Suzuki. If Andrew Miller gives up another hit, he's out. So I don't keep him in long. That's a 9. 9 is tough. Tough 81. Tough 81. Tough 81's a fly ball into center field. And I have to figure out it's off of tough, so nobody advances. He stays on base. And we go to Robinson Cano, who's got a single and 2 strikeouts. Robinson Cano. Lefty versus lefty. That's why Andrew Miller came in, to get out the left-handed Robinson Cano. That was good planning by the manager. Robinson Cano, here we go. He's a 12, tough. 12, tough. 93, tough. 93 is going to be a fly ball into right field. And Brett Gardner, I should have actually checked that. Brett Gardner, his run rating is an 8, but it was off of a tough. So he's got to stay. So he would not have advanced. Okay, good. Well, two-way here for Kevin Youkilis. 3 strikeouts on the day. Kevin Youkilis, let me check my sheet. What position was he playing? He was playing third base. They might replace him. Let's see what happened in real life here. Looks like they only brought in 1 pinch hitter there. Nope, another one over there. Okay. Let's check out our stats here on Youkilis. Against right-handers, he batted .286, 19 strikeouts, 4 walks, 6 doubles, 2 home runs. That's 70 at-bats. That's not bad. Yeah, they'll keep Kevin Youkilis in. He's fine. He's fine. Here we go. Kevin Youkilis. He's got a 4. That's a tough 46. Tough 46 is a strikeout, and that will end the inning. So go on to the 9th inning. 4-2 Red Sox. And Adam Warren. Actually, he's a long reliever, so he can stay in, I think it's 2 or 3 innings. So he just came in and faced 1 batter, so he's not that tired. So the question is, look at that wheelhouse, 2-3. That's a lot of wheelhouses. They can't afford to give up any more runs, so if he gives up a hit or anything, he might be gone. But we'll bring him back out and see how he does against Jose Iglesias. That is a 7, which is in play. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a 6, which is tough 28. So tough 28 is a strikeout. Jacob Ellsbury, who's got a single, a strikeout, and 2 pop-ups, or 2 flyouts. So 0 for 3 with a walk. So Ellsbury. That's a 4. That's a in-play 21. In-play 21. That's going to be a single against the righty. Yep. So in-play, that's going to be a single. And then, let's see, that brings up Daniel Nava. Let's see. Ellsbury is an A stealer. Let's look at that steal. Actually, they don't need to steal. They don't need the run. So, yeah, they won't steal. What am I thinking? All right. Daniel Nava. Straight up. Let's go. Adam Warren. That's a 5. Tough 19. So a tough 19 is a strikeout. For a 2-way, and Dustin Pedroia walked. 1 for 3 and a walk. Let's just go that way. Sure, we'll leave Warren in there to face Pedroia, whatever. Let's see. That is a 9. 9 is tough. Tough 68. And good thing we did because that's a ground ball to short. And they get on the inning. So it's up to Hafner, Vernon, and Overby. Travis Hafner is 2 flyouts and a walk. So 0 for 2 with the walk. How did Hafner do against Andrew Miller as a lefty? So let's look up Hafner as a lefty. So they'll probably leave in Andrew Miller to face the lefty, and then they'll probably take him out when the next righty comes up. Versus left-handers, oh, he only batted 173. Yeah, Hafner's going to come out. They're going to put in someone else to DH. Who did they bring in the real game? They brought in Brennan Boshi and Ben Francisco. So Brennan Boshi, or however you say his name. Let's see if we even have a card for Brendan Boshi. Doesn't that sound familiar? Oh, here he is. Brandon Boshi. Let's see how he did against left-handers. Much better, but he only had 12 at-bats. He only had 12 at-bats, but it was 250 average. So they're going to bring in Brendan Boshi. Brendan Boshi. I don't even know if I actually have that player in my thing. Let's see. If we try to bring somebody in the game and it crashes, then I would be like really upset. So insert pinch hitter. Let's see. Is whatever that guy's name was. Let's see. I think because he had so few plate appearances, he's probably not on my list. So he probably didn't make it. That's fine. All right, so we won't bring him in. We're going to bring in the guy who played yesterday was who is it? Who was the guy that played yesterday? We could bring in Jason Nix. Against left-handers, he was a 266. I'm trying to think. The other guy they brought in the actual game was Ben Francisco. That's who I was looking for. Ben Francisco's around here somewhere. Here he is, Ben Francisco versus lefties. Oh, my God. 088? No, we're not bringing him in. Okay. Well, yep, they'll just weave in Travis Hafner. He does not do well against a left-hander. So if I was going to be a manager and I was playing serious, I would not leave him in there. So I'm going to bring in Jason Nix. Jason Nix is going to come in and pitch in. I'm just going to make an executive decision, goddammit. Pinch hitter. There we go. And Nix. Where is... Oh, there he is, Jason Nix. There he is. All right, so Jason Nix is coming to pinch hit. Andrew Miller... Let's see what happens. That is a 7. Tough 16. It's going to be a strikeout. So that is going to be a strikeout. Vernon Wells. He's a righty. So before they do anything, Andrew Miller's day is done. He's going to hit the showers. And they're going to be bringing in a right-hander here. And again, I try to use the players if it makes sense. You know, I'm not going to bring in a guy that's like 0 for, batting 087 against left-handers when there's a left-hander in there. It just doesn't make sense. The player wouldn't do that, right? So let's see who Boston brought in. Miller, Alfredo. Ah, we actually have his card. Is he a righty? He is a righty. Oh my gosh. Look at me. I'm prepared and ready to go. Just like that. Alfredo Alcevez. So we're going to have Alfredo come in. So that is going to be insert a new pitcher. Alfredo Alcevez. Here he is. He doesn't bat. Okay. There we go. So he's a righty. How does Vernon Wells do against righties? 207 average. How is he doing so far in the game? 0 for 3. Not great. I'm just going to leave him in there because we don't have anybody that actually played in the game. That's a good replacement at this point. So Vernon Wells, it's up to you, my man. You can do this. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Alfredo Aceves comes in. The windup and the pitch, it's a 10. 10 is tough. Tough 83. Tough 83, and they're down to their last out. And that's hit to short. All right. Lyle Overby with a double and 2 strikeouts. Lyle Overby against righties, 258. They'll leave him in there. Let's see. Can Alfredo Aceves get out of the game? Here we go. That is a 6. 6 is in play. In play 36. In play 36 is going to be a pop-up. High pop-up. It's coming down. Shortstop, or the second baseman's got it, and that's it. As detected, the visiting team has won the game. Click OK and press N on the keyboard to select EOG information. Okay, so the Red Sox. There we are. Red Sox win 4-2, and they increase their record on the season to 2-0. Yankees dropped to 0-2. Yesterday's game was 5-2 Boston. Today's game was 4-2 Boston. Winner is going to be Buchholz. The loss is going to go to Kuroda, I believe. Was there a save? I don't think there was a save because he only came in and faced. I think he only came in and faced 2. Yeah, it's okay. I don't. Win? Do I need to click that? Loss? Okay. Use this 3 criteria when generating a file. The date, the name of the visiting team, the name of the home team. Do not save your scorebook until all 3 items have been supplied. Exit now. This is the only game between these 2 teams on this date. Scorebook will be saved to the league scorebook. This is the first game of a doubleheader. This is the second game of a doubleheader. I want to use my own file name and save it to the folder I choose. And this is going to be the file name, 426. How about we get rid of that crap and put in 4/3/2013 and save. There we go. Well, there we go. Well, we had 2 complete games without crashes, without any mess ups, without anything stupid happening. They aren't going to win in the non-cyber world tonight, says Al, Red Sox fan. What's the score? Last I heard, it was 1-0. And let me know what the final score of the Cardinals game was. It was in extra innings, last I heard, but I haven't checked it because I was working on getting things ready for tonight's live stream. So, yeah, if you can let me know that would be awesome. So let's see, export directly into Ballstat. Update Boston Red Sox, update this team. There we go. And we're going to export to the Yankees, update this team. Thank you. 3-0 Yankees. You're going to score another game that you should restart ball scored, restart all game variables. Would you like to? Yes. Nope, we don't need that one saved. And there we go. So that was pretty good because we got, even though the live stream's gone 2 hours and 23 minutes, the first hour and 10 minutes we were talking about things and I was trying to show you how to do things. Cardinals won 6-4 in 16th inning. Nice. Nice. Excellent. I know they were in at least the 10th or 11th, and when I had dinner and then I had to get things ready. So, oh, no, 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 no. I was talking about the game earlier today. They're playing a doubleheader. We're doing a day-night doubleheader tonight. Sorry. Cardinals are currently winning 6-4 in the 7th inning. I don't know what was the final score of the game earlier. I can check it out. We're going to be getting off here pretty soon anyway. So, Al, Red Sox fan, and all the people that participated tonight, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you'll check out the beginning of this live stream once it goes live. We talked about how to import teams into Ballstat. We also talked about if you do cards and dice, if you run cards and dice, you need to get the ultimate replay guides so that you can literally print out. And I'm going to show you what we have here. So I downloaded the 2013 one, right? So here it is. So just a friendly reminder again, download that. It brings you all the as played score sheets for all the guys. So Cards won 8-4 in 11 innings. Thank you. So if I'm doing a replay of, say, the 2013 Boston, I download that file, and I literally have all of the games, historic lineups already put in for me. Starting pitchers. This is the one we just did. Ellsbury, Nava, Parada, Dustin Peroya, Napoli, Saltamacchia, Middlebrooks, Victorino, Bradley, and Iglesias. Here is. All you had to do is print this out. Clay Buchholz was the starting pitcher. Here's the Yankees stuff. You can see it's all comes in one nice, super cool sheet. The website is called baseballsimresearch.com, and then you can click on the Ultimate Replay Guides. This, if you do cards and dice and you don't know about this website, you need to stop watching my video and go check it out. It is just, incredible. As played lineup sheets ready to go for every game that you could possibly want. No, I can't do that. I don't have time for that. So if I'm doing a replay of the Miami Marlins, there it is. Game number 1 happened on April 1st, 2013 against the Washington Nationals. Here it actually shows you who won the game. The Washington Nationals won 2-0. And it has it for not just this one season or one team. It has it for every season, for every team, going all the way back. I guess it doesn't have the 2016 yet, but it has 2015, 14, all the way back to 1918. So if you're doing a replay from 1919, right? And we're going to open this up, and it shouldn't take us but a second to download it. We can actually see the starting lineups from those games back in 1918. It might take it an actual. Here it comes. So here it is. Here's the American League as played score sheet. So on April 23rd, 1919, the Boston Red Sox took on the New York Yankees, and it was Harry Hopper for Boston in right field, Jack Berry at second base, Amos Strunk center field, Babe Ruth left field, Stuffy McGinnis first base, Otis Vitt third baseman, Everett Scott at short, Wally Skang at catching, and Carl Mays was pitching. For the Yankees, it was Sammy Vick, it was Roger Peknikpa, Wally Pipp was first baseman, Home Run Baker was the third base. Dale Pratt was at second base. Duffy Lewis center field. Ping Brody was at left field. Truck Hanna was the catcher, and George McGriddle was the McGriddle, I don't know, pitcher. He shows you the starting pitchers. If I'm doing a card and dice replay, bam. Oh, hey Glenn, nice to have you. I think we got that game in less than an hour. Really, I mean, that was not bad, and I think we're just going to keep getting better and better. And thanks everyone for joining us. And there you go. Definitely check out baseballsimresearch.com. If I was doing a replay of this game, I can print this sheet out. I can use Stratomatic, Payoff Pitch, ABBA, whatever I'm using. Heard you talked about the lineups you put into Ballstock. Took 10 minutes for two teams. Where can they get all the rosters from the Ballstat website? Well, that's not true. You can't. If you go to Ballstat, you can only get up to the 2008 season. So if you're doing anything closer than that, you can only get from 1871 to 2008. So I don't know if there's another way to get the rosters, because I would love to get them. I don't know if they have a forum. Maybe you can get on their forums or whatever. Yeah, so if you're doing anything from like 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I don't know if they actually have that. I don't know why they don't have it, but you can get them all. Anyways, that's what I did. Like I said, I'm not an expert at it. I'm just trying to show people what I do. And you can either not listen to what I do and do it yourself, or there we go. So we got the whatever. We got the 1918 game season all ready to go. So any games that I wanted to replay from that game, I'm ready to go. Well, guys, thanks for joining us. Glenn, Glenn, appreciate it. Al, I appreciate you guys showing up. Leave your thoughts and comments, suggestions below, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next time. And game number 3 between the Red Sox and the Yankees. Everyone have a great evening. We'll see you next time.